What's up, YouTube? Hi. So clearly I'm a pro drummer. I got skills. Anyways, a friend of mine brought this for repair. It's an Alesis sample pad. And basically what it is a drum trigger, a drum pad, or electronic drum kit. These are becoming quite popular, at least where I come from in Uganda, with drummers. And it's understandable because of their form factor. It's something small, something you can slip in the bag on your back and go to a gig, as opposed to an acoustic drum kit which may need an entire car to transport. So naturally, I got thinking to myself, how easy is it to make something like this? And this is what this video is about. So let's go downtown Kampala, get some parts, see what we can make. Yeah, we got down. So right now we're walking on the streets of Kampala, and as you can see, everyone is putting on a mask. Seems to be enforced by the police. Quite an interesting feeling, talking to yourself while you're walking on these streets of Kampala. People look at you strange, you know? Yeah, very busy place indeed. So right now we've entered downtown Kampala, and we're looking for drum parts in one of the most unlikely places. This is called Chikova Market, which is a place where like people buy all kinds of merchandise. And it might look like an unlikely place to come and find parts for an electronic drum kit project, but I enjoy coming to places like these and interacting with the people. Madam Jabalko. Njagala bu success card ntonotonoka. I was able to get the parts I was looking for. If you didn't see it well yet, it's a success card. And you might be wondering, what does a success card have to do with electronic drum kits? You know, but please watch the rest of the video to see what's going on. Boza ku bantu gye baleko. Anti gwa mpise. Steady, steady. Oh, so I found some interesting guys on the streets. So a quick update on the progress of the project. So far I've made the main frame, and this is where the pads are going to sit inside. These ones which are labeled with numbers are going to be the actual pads where the sticks will be hitting. If you notice, there's this rubber substrate which is going to be at the bottom of the pads, and this helps to isolate the vibration of each of these pads to be somewhat independent. And these pads themselves are going to be covered in the same material so that we have a stick bounce. Say hi. Say hi. No kisses. No kisses. So this little dog came to give us a helping hand. I wonder if he's a drummer or an aspiring drummer, you know. So there's no electricity, plus it's beginning to rain. So I guess it's the right time to take a break.
A few moments later.
So right now I'm waiting for the paint to dry, for the varnish to dry, and I'm here relaxing with my assistants who so far have not contributed any single effort towards the success of the project. So I wonder if they have something to say to defend themselves. Do you have something to say? Would you like to defend yourselves? Distracted fighting. Ow! Another day, another dollar, they say, but I ain't seen the dollars yet. Trying to be cool. But quick updates on the project. What you see here is a mic preamp I had to build for the camera that I'm using. The camera I'm using is an action camera Brave 6 Plus by Akaso, but it doesn't have the best audio quality, and by default the sound that comes from the microphone is quite low in gain and it picks up a lot of noise. So I hope the folks at Akaso can improve things, or maybe they can see this video and give me a job, you never know. But I hope the audio is much better now. And back to our project. So what you see here is our frame, and now it has dried with the varnish that I applied yesterday. So at this point, we might as well talk about the electronics. So the heart of the project is this piezo sensor, which you can hear making that melody in this card. So a piezo sensor is a form of a transducer where once pressure is applied on it, then it produces a voltage on its terminals. And the reverse is also true. If a voltage is applied on its terminals, then there's pressure that is applied on the disc, and that is how it is able to create sound, and they're used as some sort of lo-fi speakers. These piezo sensors will be going in the drum pad like this, and then the voltage that comes out of here will go to microcontroller's analog inputs. So the circuit will look something like this. This is our piezo disc. Right here we have to load it with the 10 mega ohm resistor because it produces spikes of relatively high voltage. We can also add a Zener diode of 5.1 volts, so that will protect our analog inputs. Basically, this is going to be our circuit diagram for all the pads, and then they go to the Arduino right here. So the Arduino interprets these signals according to the logic that I'll program in, and then it sends back MIDI data that will go to the MIDI port, and then from the cable we can send this to a VST instrument or any other instrument that can reproduce that sound. What will happen when a stick hits the pad is that there's going to be a voltage spike, which looks maybe something like this with a decay. I don't have an oscilloscope to trace out exactly what it looks like, but it's going to be something like this. And then this is our voltage and how it goes over time, and this is time. So what happens is that we're going to be reading from the analog inputs the level of this voltage, and then you can map the readings that we get from 0 to 127, and then we can interpret that as the level of velocity, how hard the drummer is playing the pad, and that is how we make it velocity sensitive. So I took time off to finish the rest of the drum kits, the circuits, the cables for MIDI, and this one is going to the laptop for programming. And then these wires are going to the piezo sensors on this other side. As I showed you earlier, the sensors have a resistor across and a Zener diode just to clamp down on the voltage and protect the microcontroller. By now, we can say that the project is a success, but if you paid keen attention, the drum kit does not have velocity sensitivity yet. And I tried to program it in the microcontroller, but I hit a brick wall, and this is the reason why. I opened up the Alesis pad and connected one of its piezo sensors directly to the analog input of the Arduino. I then started the serial plotter of the Arduino to see what the signal looked like when the pad is hit. I then did the same for my drum pad. And the results were quite interesting. To the left are the readings from the Alesis drum pad, and to the right are the readings from the cheap piezo sensors sourced from the Success cards. The piezo sensors in the commercial drum pad are more sensitive and produce more consistent voltages from the drum hits. This means they can pick up the subtleties or nuances that the drummer is playing. And well, the cheap piezo sensors I sourced from the Success cards at best produce voltages that are erratic and cannot be relied on to pick out the dynamics of a drummer. So for now, I consider the project a success, even though our Success cards were not able to give us a good source of piezo sensors. So that will make part 2 of the video. I need to look for a good source of piezo sensors, and then I'll make the drums fully velocity sensitive so that they're expressive as the drama is playing. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, hit the notifications bell, support me on Patreon, support me on PayPal. The links are below if you want to see more videos like this. See you on the next one.